What's going on, guys? How are we? Let me chuck a few bits and pieces around and then we'll get stuck into it. What are you guys doing? Cornelio, Steele, we'll talk about that in a second. Just give me a sec. I will just chuck this around to a couple of Facebook pages and then we can go nuts. I'm sure we'll talk plenty about Steele. Had that video up the other day. Cornelio's doing me head in as well. We've got the quiz later too, so don't forget that. Give me about 30 more seconds, lads, and I'll be all yours, my friends. Nice. A little bit different on the Wednesday. We've been going Tuesday quite a lot, but Shorty was playing a bit of mixed netball last night, so thought we'd just rock it on the Wednesday. I think normally I'll probably go Tuesday, but yeah, just on this occasion, Wednesday worked a little bit better. Tommy, how you going, mate? Good to see you. James, how are we? Yeah, good, mate. Going all right. How about yourself? Amusement Productions. Yeah, he's here already. He makes me nervous, this bloke. He's been looking for one thing and one thing only. Good evening. Now, where is Jonah? I anticipated this. He's close. He's nearby, mate, but not sure he'll be coming in just immediately. But I can assure you, he's looking forward to seeing you, mate. So, Braden's in the house. How are you, mate? Laird and Cummins for Mills and Thompson. I was going to say. I probably lean towards the one with Laird. But both good options. I mean, Mills, yeah, he's going to cost you a little bit more coin, but I'm probably, like I mentioned in that Steel video, I'm probably leaning towards Laird, I must admit. So, Jickle, what's up, Shorty? Yeah, how are you, mate? Going all right? Yes. Little Wednesday night session. So, looking forward to having a bit of a chat. I am looking forward to the quiz. I'll whip that up this afternoon. So, hopefully, we get a few involved with that. XDH, Shorty, how are you? I'm good, mate. How are you traveling? Theo's here too, regular. What's going on, mate? Steele to Clark and Cornelio to Walsh. Thoughts? Keep it up, boss. One day we should get the chicks. Oh, Theo, that sounds like a dangerous option there. No, one I shall consider. In terms of the SuperCoach, I like the Steele to Clark trade. Or do I? The only thing I'd say with that is you're probably going to leave yourself a little bit loose on the points, but Cornelio to Walsh I really like. I mean, like I said the other day, I really love all those options. You know, Walsh is right up there, and he was back to his best on the weekend. So I just hope the Steele to Clark trade doesn't leave you too vulnerable, but you'll be the best judge of that. Tyler, what's going on, big fella? How are you, mate? What's news, mate? What's going on? SDS Supercoach, Shorty, what's the update on the bed? Well, it ain't pretty, mate. Still empty. That's par for the course. But yeah, not ideal. I'm telling you, there's progress, though. I'm telling you, you can't see my shelf up there, but it's way cleaner than it was a week ago. So, Small steps, mate. Clean the shelf up there, rearrange a bit of stuff. There's a lot of shit like right here, right. A lot of crap there. A fair bit of that needs to go. But yeah. Now the bed set up. It's got a bit of work to do, mate. It's got a bit of work to do. Leroy, what's going on, mate? Shorty, how are we? Jack the Ripper. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, bro. You are a genuine fucking freak. Leroy, I enjoy what you bring to this live stream. I really do. Ethan, the stubble is spicy, Shorty. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Might have to keep it for the weekend. Braden, did you win netball? Yeah, I had a win. I was just filling in, but no, I had a good win, which was good. Yeah, don't mind a bit of the netball. Just down at goal defence. Good bit of fun. Caden, Cummins or Rory Thompson? Look, I would say I'd probably lean towards Thompson purely on a job security point of view, but you're going to get next to nothing in terms of like genuine scoring ability unless he did something that I didn't see. Oh boy, a 39 and a 25. Look, I'm not super excited about either of those guys, to be brutally honest. I feel like Cummins doesn't have great job security. Thompson does, but he ain't going to be scoring. He's Simon Prestigiacomo sort of stuff. So I haven't helped you there too much. Theo, you're the king of kings. You're too kind, mate. We'll have to catch up at some stage. Caden, Sicily, or Laird? Oh, I would go Laird. I just think they're both guys you want to get your hands on at some stage. But I just think, Laird's just probably the slightly more reliable. So therefore I go with him. I mean, he hasn't ducked under 100. He's barely, or maybe round one he did, or first week that he played. Since then, he's barely gone under 110. Caleb, out, Steele, Cornelio, and Dacos. In comes Clark, Petrarca, and Brayshaw. Leaves me 185k in the bank for next week. Want Laird over Brayshaw, but just don't want that midfield to be empty in the middle buy round. Thoughts with a couple of X's and O's. That's what we love to see here. Share the love, my friend. Cheers for jumping on board, mate. He's always getting involved. I like your planning for the buys. And Laird and Brayshaw are, I know Laird's on fire, but I do see Brayshaw really being around that 115 mark and Laird being similar when it's all said and done. So I don't mind that. I think that's the only time you would make those decisions is when the buys are this close and it has a really big impact on your side. So that's a good call. Brad Miller, bro's got an immaculate jawline. Thanks, Brad. You're a funny man. You're a funny man. Ryan, thoughts on Sinclair? We're talking Jack here, Jack Sinclair. Give me a minute. My gut feel is that he has had a little bit of a move more towards the half-back line, but still a very reliable scorer. It certainly seemed like he played well against us on the weekend. Yeah. Look, I think he's probably going to find, so those first 6 weeks where he's mainly midfield, barely went under 110. Since then, 85, 83, 107. I'd say that's more about his go at halfback, probably an average in the early 90s. So I think he's a solid option, a nicely priced option, but I don't think he'll see that midfield time unless they choose to put him in there with Steele out of the team. But, I think Hunter Clark's not far away either. So, yeah, I don't mind you thinking, though. So Jekyll, Track, or Laird? Definitely Laird for me, mate. I know there's a bit of a price difference, but if you're just purely one against the other, Laird for me. Matt says, G'day, Shorty. Hope you're doing well, mate. What are your thoughts on Adam Treloar? Worth a pick up in the forward line for around that price? Yeah, going well, mate. How are you? Thanks for the question. I probably don't see him as a top 8 forward. Then again, I was sitting here last week saying Tim Taranto was. So the early feel on that is average. I'd be happy to probably not go Treloar. I'd be happy to just let that one be. Unless you look at your side and you say, gee, I need to pick one off that's a bit cheaper. But yeah, I think for now, I'm not rushing to get Treloar in. But when he plays like he does, when he's playing like that, he's unstoppable at times. But I just think he's lost that consistency at times just with his role in a very deep doggies midfield. Ronan, Steele, and Cornelio for Lloyd and Martin, or just Steele for either Petrarca or Brayshaw? Jake Lloyd's so interesting, isn't it? Is he back? Like 2 really good scores? Does that equal boom? He's back in town. He's awfully tempting. I can't fully trust it just yet, but I do think you get rid of Steele and Cornelio. I will say that. So I would go Brayshaw or Petrarca are good options. Either one works. I wouldn't be as red hot on Dustin Martin. I'd try and I don't know. There's just so much speculation about his, where's he at? So I think if we can see some consistency from him, which we're starting to see, but I'd prefer you to probably get a premium mid. Caden, Phil, Morris Rioli, or Malcolm Roses? Yeah, that's a tricky one. Probably depends who they've got this week. Let me have a look. Give us a little thumbs up, cheeky little thumbs up if you're hanging around for the quiz. Hopefully still get a full house in there. I reckon we will. 10 questions, probably around 940 or so. Gold Coast have the Dogs, and the Tigers have Essendon. I know he scored 7, but I'd almost go Rioli, to be honest, mate. Yeah, it's a random one, but hopefully that helps you. Amusement Productions might be a little less active in here tonight prior to Jonah's arrival. Feel bad because people don't get all of their real questions answered because of him. Yeah. Nah, that's fair. Yeah, I know. When the lads come in here, it is hard to stay focused on the questions, but I'll try and smash through as many as I can before the quiz. And as we know, first in, best dress, gives people the best chance to get their question. But I always try to get through them all. Sometimes more difficult than others. But Caleb, maybe bring in. You're a clown. You're a fucking clown. Derek's here. Hi, mate. Sitting just outside top 1K, but thinking about holding Cornelio and crossing my fingers. Steal my only trade to Brayshaw to help my buys. Cheers, mate, Derek. Nah, thanks for popping in, mate. You're doing bloody nicely this year. I love that. Yeah, look, personally, my main thoughts on Cornelio are I don't see him being a keeper, and his break-even's just blown out of the water. And I know people will run the theories that he could play better with a new coach and this and that, role change, rah. I mean, that'd be great if it happens, but with a break-even like that, I'm not rolling those dice. I'm happy to cash him in. He's been great. And honestly, I'm kicking myself about keeping him over Will Brodie. Oh, well. Panto, hey, Shorty, hope all is well, mate. Baz or Bont this week to swing later to the forward line. Yeah, is Basalenka definitely going to be named a forward, do we reckon? That's it surprises me. I mean, obviously the stats don't lie, but I'd go Bontempelli, mate, because I do think he'll definitely get some forward eligibility. So, James, thoughts on this? Outsteal Cornelio McDonald for Rory Laird, Andrew Brayshaw, and Greg Clark. Yeah, absolutely love that, mate. I think Brayshaw is really nicely priced. And I think Laird, like I said in my steal video, he's the one for me. And Greg Clark, he'll also be coming into my team. Dylan, Laird or Mills? Look, if price and cash isn't an issue, I'll go Mills. Both awesome options. Jonas, Shorty, West Coast versus Giants this week. Do you think Dixon can handle himself? That's not bad. That's not bad. You nearly had me there, mate. But no, you could just absolutely explode there. First quarter sort of style. Here we go. Reigning champion in the quiz. Daniel T's in the house. Hey, Shorty, worth bringing in Sicily, Bailey Smith, and Thompson for Steele, Cornelio, and Dixon would mean playing Hewitt and M8. Yeah, I don't have any issue with that at all. I think if anyone can let me know, I've heard whispers and that, but obviously it sounds like Bailey Smith's going to get some forward eligibility. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. And otherwise, I wouldn't have an issue with Hewitt being at M8. I think that's okay, even if it's just for a month or whatever it is. But he's averaging beautifully. Director Cogger, big fan, Shorty. Keep it up. Love the content. Review my team for me. Thanks, mate. No, I appreciate it. Always tough to review the teams in the live sesh because the comments get scattered all over the joint. But feel free to leave a comment on an actual video. I can give you my thoughts, but if not, feel free to just hit me up with a few questions, mate. NJD, Shorty, thoughts on Ward and Martin to Dawson and Clark. I think it's best to hold Cogs for now. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Cornelio's a trade for me, but I get why people are holding him. As for the trades there, that looks pretty good to me. Dawson's, continuing to do really nicely. Tyler Radder is killing me. Losing points with him riding the bench. He would have dropped 130 against Ryder for sure. Yeah, I know. He's a bit out of favour, isn't he, mate? He's been out for a while now. I know he was injured for a bit, but he's been there waiting, not getting a game. Not getting a game. James, who would you go, Laird or Miller? That's tough, actually. I'd probably go Miller, to be honest. The only reason I said Laird for me is because I've already got Miller. But I think just off the back of Miller's year last year, I just think he's found that form again. And again, both fantastic options. But if you said, Shorty, rank the top midfielders in the game, Supercoach-wise, Miller would be ahead of Laird. Therefore, I would err on the side of Took. Hamish, are they tissues on your bed, Shorty? They probably were, mate. I've had a cold. Awful cold. Oh, boy. James, Shorty, I've gotten rid of Keys, Cogs and Dacos for Mills, Buku, and Dawson. Who was the first one you got rid of? But otherwise, I really like those trades. I really like those other trades. Yeah, I think Dawson's really warmed into his work at Adelaide, and Mills is looking great. Nanny boy, how you doing, Shorty, mate? Yeah, I'm good. How are you, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Thanks to everyone who's dropping in. We've rocketed up to 75 already. That's what we love. So I appreciate your comments and all your feedback is much appreciated. So, yeah, looking forward to taking your questions. And we'll be video out tomorrow night, as we always do. Shorty will smash through work and get a little bit loose on your Thursday night teams review and trade plans. Braden, any cash cows besides Cummins, Thompson, and Clark this week? None that come readily to mind, mate. I know we spoke early in the week and I didn't have much for you, but aside from those three, I mean, they seem to be the most relevant that I can sort of see. So I think this week's probably going to be more about get Clark, get a Steele replacement. There's your trades. Do your trade boost. It's up to you. So I don't think there's any real need to look too much past those guys. Not a massive fan of Thompson or Cummins, to be fair. Yeah. Hello, Shorty. Which of the two options is better? Hinge / Dacos. Oh, by the way, they'll be my D6. Should I go Hinge and Petrarca or Dacos and Brayshaw? My D7 and D8 is Sam DeConning and Paddy McCartan. I would go. I'd probably go Dacos and Brayshaw, but only just. I know Hinge has come back and scored mid-50s and that, but I think he's better than that. So I can see him going 70 plus, and Dacos is he's slowing down now, and Petrarca and Brayshaw I put very much on an even keel. So it's a very tight one. But I would say I would only be going Hinge on a gut feel. Therefore, Dacos has proven to be more consistent than him. Hey, Shorty from NJD, asking for a mate. Thoughts on Witherden in defence? Yes. Genuine yes. I'm a fan of this. Not for this week. Just hold your horses. Break even about 150. I can see him coming to around that 550K mark at some stage. Really saucy option. I'll be looking at adding in him and Aaron Hall soon, I reckon. And I know Witherden, might get a bit nervous because health and safety protocols and all this sort of jazz. That's fair. I'll just assess that as we go. But, gee, in terms of just a pure scorer, he's fantastic. Travis, hey, Shorty, Cogs, should we hold? Also, Jason Horn-Francis to Laird. And thoughts on Zorko? Yeah, I love the Laird trade. That's awesome. Keneally's he's a trade for mine. I'll go deeper into that tomorrow night. But I just think he's not a keeper. If he gets a role change, yeah, great. But I'm not prepared to risk that or take the chance on that because his price is going to plummet. I'm choosing to just sell him at his highest point or near his highest point, get plenty of cash for it. And, if he responds, he responds. But I think it's the right move to trade him. Aya says, Shorty, your teeth look a bit too white for my liking. Just a natural toothpaste for old Shorty. Just a regular couple of brushes throughout the week. Or per day, I should say. Need to get I've lost a tooth back here, actually. I was meant to get a root canal, and I went in, and they said, this is fucked, mate. We can't save this bastard. So fair enough. A bit like my 2021 SuperCoach side. Can't save that, mate. She's gone. So yeah, Shorty's got to get a what do they call it? An implant. Went straight home and signed up to private health insurance. See you in 12 months. But Alexander, oh, here we go. Joe McGregor is a sneaky chance on upgrading the Joey's ones this week. Thoughts? I like that a lot. I know the lad's got talent, so keep me posted, mate. Let me know if he gets named. I'll give the little lad a bit of a Snapchat. Might even come along and heckle him. Is he still playing forward line, the lad? Caden, will I be able to pick up Heaney next week at 480k or less? I'd say you'd be right in the mix. I mean, he's dropped off, and I had these worries early in the season because he was scoring great, but the role wasn't midfield. It was more midfield, but it wasn't what we wanted. So he's going okay. But yes, I think you probably won't get him below 480, but he'll be in the mix. He's got to break even to 126. He could easily hit that and stay around 500k, or he could find himself in the 480s at some stage. Sheldon, should I keep Dacos or give him a couple more weeks? He's probably in the basket of you can trade him out whenever you like, in my opinion. I don't think he deserves any, patience or credit to just be in the team. He's been good for us, made us money. Trade him out when best suits, I would say. Yeah, Shorty, explain who is Vince McMahon, please. You got me on that one, mate. You got me on that one. Alex, what is your favorite Taylor Swift album? Oh, shit. Not a big album guy, mate, but give me a bit of You Belong With Me any day of the week, mate. Caleb, is English back this week? Well, last I heard, no. So I don't have a report the last couple of days, but I heard probably might have been last Saturday or a few days back that he was real damn sick, like really struggling. So last I heard was he's touch and go, which is real disappointing. So we'll just have to wait and see. Jonah, Shorty, should I bring in Brayshaw as a 4-week rental at M8 to replace Steele and then sideways him to another primo as he's the last buy? Well, if I presume you're talking Andy, I mean, Andy's a keeper. If this is sort of a saucy little Angus option, I don't really like the idea of the sideways trade. I just keep it simple with Steele. I'd just trade in the best option you feel. If it works with your buy structure, fantastic. Do whatever you sort of please, but I wouldn't try and overdo it there. I think keep it relatively simple, premium for premium. Sheldon, I had to trade Butters for Treloar. Butters too inconsistent. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't think Treloar's a picture of consistency. He's probably been more consistent than Butters, but I was just happy to see Butters respond to some extent. There's always something else wrong, though, isn't there? Like Treloar hasn't dropped under 74, but he's had a 79. He's had an 80. So, yeah, he hasn't been amazing, but he has been more consistent than Butters, that's for sure. James, do you think I should start Greg Clark? Is he good enough? Oh, he's probably the best option if you don't have 8 premium mids, yeah. But ideally, I think over the next few weeks, we'll be working towards not having guys like him on the field as we round out our teams. But he's a solid option in terms of the rookie scorers we have in the midfield at the moment, unless you've got a Nick Martin in there or something like that. Ben says, rank Saligo, Thompson, and Cummins, please. Oh, I don't know too much about Saligo. Because I know he debuted earlier in the year, did he? I'm just going to have a bit of a squiz here. So he's at 128. Oh, okay. So he went 29 and 7 and 61. I'd put Saligo on top and then Thompson and then Cummins. But I don't particularly like the other two. It's only if we're real desperate. I don't really see major upside with either of them. Kai, how many players are ideal to have during the bye weeks? I mean, ideally 19 or 20, but there'll always be a week where you're just happy to scrape through with 18. So you get your first 18 scorers. So therefore, it's a real advantage to have 20 players because you might get two players that score a 44 or a 60. They get cancelled out. So you definitely get an advantage for having more. But yeah, generally speaking, try for 19 or 20, and then there'll always be 1 week where you're just like hanging on for dear life. So, and Brogger, g'day mate, how are you? I made 3 trades this week when I don't have any trades to fuck around with. Whitfield, Cornelio, Stevens, Dusty, or 2 Dusty, Clark, and Ridley. I only have 16 trades left. Now I'm all right, mate. How are you? Hope you're going well. Definitely got to get rid of Cornelio and Whitfield, 100%. Dusty, scoring really well, starting to come into his own. Ridley's an interesting one. I wouldn't rush out and grab Ridley, to be honest. I don't know if he's a top 10 defender. I know he's bounced back well, but I don't know. I'm not sure, but he is nicely priced. So if you've got faith in him, then yes, he's probably a good option at that price point. Xavier, Shorty, how's it going? Thoughts on these trades? Got Steele, Cornelio, and McDonald going out. In comes Zorko, Karmas, and English if he gets up. Oh, yeah, someone asked about Zorko before. I think I brushed over it, so I'll touch on it here. I like those trades. Obviously, wait and see on English because I think that could be touch and go. And my thoughts on Zorko? Yeah, I really like it. So I would have said 2-3 weeks back, just hold, just wait and see. And I stand by that because he went from scoring really well off halfback, which we know is historically a really easy spot to score points. And then he moved into your more mid-forward role. So I just wanted to see that he wasn't going cold in a forward pocket or, playing 20% midfield. He's continued to score really well. So, yeah, I would have confidence in Zorko now. We've seen all we need to see. So it's great. James says, what is your VC and C options this week? I normally leave that pretty late in the week, but let's have a bit of a look. I mean, I'd probably go, it'd be hard to go past Cripps, the VC on Friday night. And then in terms of a C, it'll be tempting. A lot of people will be tempted for a Gawn or an Oliver or a Petrarca to beat up on a week in North Melbourne. But I haven't really thought of a C, but I would imagine it's going to come down to, McRae, Miller, those sort of regular guys that we can sort of back in. I don't think anyone else really screams out to me. Neil's the final game of the round. So, yeah, they would be just your regular customers. But what I will say is, Cripps on the Friday night, almost certainly. Sheldon, give him another go, James. They were absolutely dominated by Melbourne in posies, and he was still okay. Then we've got Aya. Also, is Patrick Voss in any way related to Michael Voss? Unsure. I know they were talking about, was it Casey Voss? Is that his son who dominated that South Australia versus WA game? I heard him on the radio at some stage throughout the week. Gee, what do you think about Cornelio to Jack Sinclair? Or what would some forward options be under 520k? I like the Sinclair option because the more I think about it, the more I feel like Steele's absence will lead to more midfield time for Sinclair. It's got to be beneficial. And look, gosh, I'm hesitant, but Tim Taranto, no, I couldn't recommend you that. I still have faith that Taranto can be a good option, but I'm not going to sit here and recommend it for you. Because he was just disgustingly awful and pissed me right off. Still haven't got it over it, but let me have a quick look there for you, mate. What was it, under 520? Yeah, probably Dustin Martin screams out at 509. Goldstein, bear in mind, I think Cherry's back in town, so just keep that in mind. Honestly, I'd say, Dustin Martin could be your guy there, mate. Frank, hey Shorty, love your show and your knowledge on SuperCoach. I bought in Rioli on your recommendation. Oh, mate, sorry, my friend. Look, it was the right call. When you got a cash cow that's gone 72 and 92 or whatever, you bring him in every day of the week. But I hope you didn't field him. Obviously, some didn't have much of a choice. That's the SuperCoach gods just being cruel on us, isn't it? But no, unfortunately, that was a bit of a disaster. Brad, so I've had Darcy Moore since the beginning, which was an absolute flop. I've tried to stay committed to see him average the hundreds, but he's averaging 70s. What do I do, bruh? Oh, mate, that's no good, my friend. Look, it's just Operation Get Darcy Moore out of your team, isn't it, really? I've got no idea what he's priced at, but he'd have to be sinking. Where is he? He's at 420. Yeah, look, I think you basically just got to find a bit of cash somewhere, mate. Find a bit of cash, go to Jack Sinclair, or can you get up to Dawson, or even Pendlebury? I know he missed last week, but I'd just be looking to get him out of your team for a premium. Someone like Ridley out there, he's found a bit of form. Can you reach? Do you like Jake Lloyd? Do you think he's back? Just whoever you reckon is a good option there. I'd just try and find some cash and do like a mini upgrade of sort of 70 to 120k, something like that. Cam, how about this, Shorty? I've got full midfield. So Steele to Clark, Dixon to Sean Darcy, and Dacos to Sinclair. I like that. I've got faith in Darcy. I know he had a stinker last week, but I'll probably be looking to either bring in him or Gawn. It would be nice to see them both dropping in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, they're really good trades, mate. That midfield's obviously really deep for you, and that's a big advantage at this stage. James, did you see the injury report for the Dockers? It said club is hopeful to see O'Driscoll later in the season as he's in a moon boot. Yes, it's no good there, mate. Is it? Very disappointing for the young lad, and definitely hurt a few sides. So, yeah, I mean, he was a guy that I traded out a couple of weeks back, but if you do still have him, he's not coming back anytime soon, as you mentioned there, which is a pity definitely for him and the Dockers in particular. Caleb, good evening, you Sex Panther. That's some wild stuff. Moved up 452 spots in the ranks and moved up to 2,202. Nice, mate. Doing nicely, my friend. I like that. Well done. Charlie, who do I trade for Clark, McDonald or Hoff? I lose my loophole if I go Hoff, though. Yeah, that's interesting. In that case, I'd probably go McDonald. I think you'd get slightly more money. Not much, I don't think. I can't remember, but I think McDonald's only around that 170 or 180. So, yeah, handy to have the loophole. Definitely is. So I'd go McDonald there, mate. Jolie boy, hey, mate, unrelated to SuperCoach, but what teams do you reckon will fill out the top 8? Yeah, sure thing, mate. Let me just I'll bring the ladder up and give you my thoughts. The teams that are locked and loaded, Melbourne will be there, Brisbane will be there, Freo will be there, Carlton will be there, Sydney will be there. I still think Geelong will make it eventually, even though they've had a drop down a ladder from where some expected. I think St Kilda will be there. And then that 8th position is really, really interesting. I think it'll be out of Richmond, Dogs, and Port Adelaide. And if I had to say who would round out the 8, I still think we'll see the Dogs bump back in there. I don't know why. I do think they are better than what they've been producing. And if I had to pick, I would chuck the Doggies in there to make the 8th position up. But I don't think whichever of those teams that I listed towards the end there, I don't think they're going to be doing much damage regardless. But thanks for the question, mate. Thanks for all your questions, guys. We're having a lovely little live sesh once again. Good to have you on board. Zach, Cornelio, and Steele to Laird and Clark. Absolutely, mate. That is potentially my trades. I'll have to dive into them a bit deeper, but no, I like that. Carl, Shortosaurus Rex. Kind of the Supercoach jungle. King even. I'll call it King. Scrooge of the big ass moths and casual dominator of the delivery space. Oh, Carl, you're a wordsmith and I love it, my friend. You find a way. You're a good man. Zach or hold Cogs. No, I'm in the trade Cornelio bandwagon. Not sure if you all are, but I am trading him. Pod, hey Shorty, how are you? I'm good, mate. How are you traveling? Good to see you again. Jimmy, Dawson, Pendles, or Sinclair? I'd probably go. I think they're all really valid options. Something says Dawson. My gut feel is Dawson, and then Sinclair, and then Pendlebury. But I really love Pendlebury, so I think honestly, you're going to have good options with all three. but might just depend what suits your buy, what suits your price point. Yeah, oh my God, why is Pot on the stream? Chaos. Cal even. Hey, Shorty, really stuck on my forward line right now. There are so many dogs and swans, and they've all got the same buy around 13. Oh, mate, I'm with you there. I've been looking at bringing Tim English in, but then I was thinking that too. I've got Dunkley, I've got Parker and Heaney. I think that's one of those occasions where you just got to hold on for dear life with those buys. You just got to try and do your best. There's no point. So Heaney, Parker, Dunkley, English all need to be in your team. In my opinion, I think they're top 6 to 8 forwards. So there's no need to trade them out. You just got to probably find a way otherwise or elsewhere to get through that really difficult buy. But you won't be alone. Braden, is Dusty a top 6 forward? No, I don't think he's top 6, but he's in the mix. So at that price, worth bringing in for sure. But I wouldn't see him getting past some of the absolute top 6 forwards we've got. Speaking of which, Greg says top 6 forwards. Well, let me bring up the players. Filter this little fella into forwards. So top 6 forwards, I would say and suggest. Let's count them out. Dunkley, English. I would put in. He wouldn't be far off, would he? Actually, he wouldn't be far off. So I definitely have Dunkley, English. Heaney's in the mix. Luke Parker's in the mix. Also, Liberatore, if he's playing midfield, he's in the mix. I do think that maybe I was a little bit harsh on Dusty there because maybe he is in the mix. I answered no so quickly, but Brody's got to be in that mix, which I just kicking myself a little bit. But then you got to take into account, does Bontempelli get forward eligibility? So no, actually I Dustin Martin right in that mix. No, that's fair. That is fair. Sorry, Braden. Shot that one down a bit quick, didn't I? Lockie, hey Dad. This week I'm thinking about trading out Steele and Cornelio for Laird and Dustin Martin. No, I like it. I think the more the season goes on, probably the more midfield time we'll see from Dusty. So that might be, holy shit, Jonas here. What the fuck? I might actually bring Dusty in. I hadn't probably thought about it as much, but no, I don't mind it. Get your mug in here, bro. There he is, mate. He was asking about you. So he was. It was like third comment. I'm going to lose my place in the comments here, but there you go. Now where is Jonah?
Is he straight on? Is he?
Straight on. One of the more committed men is Amusement Productions. Carl, do you recommend going Steele to a mid-primo with a good buy or grabbing a bloke likely to pick up mid-forward status who offers better value this week like Bailey Smith or Bontempelli? Yeah, going all right. Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, okay, good. I'll see you soon. I would prefer you to just go primo for primo, to be honest. I think Bontempelli's not a bad option as well, but you got to bear in mind that all those dogs that we just talked about in the forward line, probably don't want to add that until after. What the fuck are you freaks doing? I live with freaks, genuine freaks. I used to live with 2 freaks. Now I live with 3 freaks. I thought, girl from TAFE, thought she was a great chick. She's also a freak. So, oh well. But to answer your question, primo for primo. Whoop, scroll too fast. Maddie, thoughts on either Angus Brayshaw or Jake Lloyd? It's an interesting one. I lean towards Jake Lloyd. I just think I'm not in love with either of them. Bear in mind, I don't know exactly when, but Christian Salem couldn't be too far off, could he? I don't know exactly, but I would say Jake Lloyd. I don't love either option though, Matty. But if you reckon Lloyd is back, then he's at a real nice price point. But no, thank you for the question. Derek says, thinking of using Cornelio as my M9 or F7 in the future, so price drop not an issue. Cheers, Derek. No, that's fair. That's fair. And if some of you are thinking that, then that is fine. I guess I'm just, at the moment he's on my field, so I guess I'm just looking to upgrade. But if he's sitting like in those positions for you, that's nice. Leroy, what's better, Steele and Dacos to Clark and a primo mid or defender, And which mid or defender do you recommend? Already have Track, Oliver, Neil, McRae, Cripps, and Took. Yeah, I would just keep the I would look to go premium mid for premium mid. So in terms of mid, you've got Oliver, Petrarca, Neil, McRae, and Cripps. If I was you, I would look at getting in Took Mill. Oh, sorry, you said that. I would probably go Brayshaw or Laird if you can afford him. So that would be my options there, mate. If you want a bit of a deeper dive, if anyone does, I had a video just up last night I went through probably 6 or 8 options of the midfield replacements. So if you want me to chat a little bit more on that video might tickle your fancy. But Arya says there's a SuperCoach article on SuperCoach scores. As it stands, this is good. Baz and Bont will get DPP, but one full-time mid-game for either of them. And I think we'll kiss goodbye their hopes of DPP. Rosie will get DPP. Great point. Thank you for sending that through. And it's something to really think about. This is why I've said it before. I said it before the change of positions of round 6. Don't bank on these guys just getting it, because like Arya says, rightly so, you could trade them in thinking, they're going to get forward status. Then they go out and play 97% time pure midfield, fucks their percentages, and they don't get it. So I don't really want to be in the business of bringing guys in the presumption that this will happen or that will happen. I prefer to see it happen and then deal with it. But that's just me. Alex, I thought I brought in Pendles instead of Sis Dog 3 weeks ago with a couple of clown emojis. Well, mate, I would have said at the time it was probably a solid option. And since then, Pendlebury's been solid and even missed a game, and Sicily's gone bonkers. So we all have decisions that come back to bite us. But Oscar, Darcy, Cameron, in thoughts. Yeah, my thoughts haven't really changed on Cameron. He's going to score well. He will. But just ask yourself the question, do you think he's a premium keeper in that forward line? Because if he's not, I don't think his trade in has a function that works for me. He's not a cash cow. Therefore, if he ain't a keeper, then he's nothing. He's in no man's land. So if you have massive faith with him, bear in mind, Grundy could be back in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is. Then all of a sudden his position changes. So I don't see him having longevity in your team. I don't see him making great money for your team. I love what he's doing. I wish him well. I don't quite see the point in him coming into your side. But then again, I bought in Tim Taranto, so maybe I'm the clown around here. Thanks, Eves. We're rocking and rolling here. Could turn up again. Back-to-back centuries for old Shorty on the live stream. That's what gets Shorty up and about. But I appreciate all the love and support. Been absolutely loving your comments. Been loving your involvement. It's fantastic stuff. So hoping to get all you guys involved, or most of you guys involved, as many as we can, in the quiz later tonight. So looking forward to that. So yeah, thanks again. 5 says, hey Shorty, if Ridley is a laid out, should I trade him to Zorko? It helps my buy structure. Also, are you keeping Cornelio or shipping him off? I'm holding, as I can't flip him to anyone good. Is there any doubt over Ridley? I know he missed with the virus the other day, but you might have heard a whisper. Up, though. There's the ton. Raise the bat. Thank you, mate. Thanks, Mum and Dad. Cheers, guys. Yep, raise the bat. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Unless there's any doubt, yeah, I'm not too sure. Would you trade him? Probably. Yeah, probably if he was laid out for the second time in 3 weeks, yeah, I probably would. Zorko's a really good option. I'm a bit stronger on the Cornelio one. I am trading him. I think he is not a keeper, and he's made the cash that he can. Therefore, I think he's, tick, job done. Thanks very much, Stephen. I'm shipping you off. So hopefully you can find some form of option, even if it's a downgrade. Hopefully it doesn't expose you too much, but I am trading him likely for a premium. Director Cogger, hey, mate, me and the missus enjoying the live stream with a glass of wine. Got COVID. Killing me, mate. Keep it up. Oh, no. Big Director Cogger and the missus just kicking back. I love it. But disappointing to hear you're stuck with the old COVID. It's no fun. I've had a couple of stints in the old isolation. I only had it once. But yeah, isolation is no good. But alcohol's a good answer, so I respect that. But no, thanks for the comment, mate. I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. And I hope you're feeling all right. Marcus, I can get any mid. want to get Mills, but also want to get Brayshaw. Who do I get? Oh, if you can get anyone, Mills, but look 2 weeks ahead as well. So the obvious answer is, yeah, of course you go Mills. But, that extra cash that you might be able to pocket by going Brayshaw, who is also a keeper, in my opinion, might help you a hell of a lot with the trade next week. So map out your trades and see if that cash is really necessary for you, because it might answer the question for you in itself. Carl says Bont and Bailey Smith around 37% forward thus far. So they'd have to go lower than 25% over rounds 10 and 11 to miss out on dual position. Still a risk, assuming when Lord Farquhar starts flinging the magnets around. Yeah, totally agree. Like I said before, comes with a bit of risk, doesn't it? When you're just hoping that sort of continues. You never quite know with the positional stuff. Sportsnut, hey, mate, do you think Greg Clark is a must-have? Yeah, I think he is. I know he wasn't as impressive scoring-wise last week, but I think we've got cash cows that we can chop, and he's the best cash cow option about to go up that we have available at the moment. And being a mature ager, should get opportunities at West Coast. I think we'll see more 80 pluses than 60s from him. So yeah, I would try and bring him in. Ply Kuda, hey Shorty, not sure who to trade Steele out for. Thinking maybe Flynn Perez might be a good option. Thoughts? I don't know what it is with Perez, but gee, he gets a bit of love around here. He really does get a little bit of love. Now maybe Laird just over him. Tyler, Rata is still injured, but when he comes back, it's going to look like Shorty on a night out scoring them sixes. I don't know if he is still injured, mate. I swear to God he was named as an emergency. But you are the Rata expert, so who am I to judge? Yeah, I wonder if I'll be out this weekend. I did have an awful lot of fun last weekend. Might have to get out and about. The boys have a footy function, so might just crash that. Alex, hey Shorty, traded in Boak. Oh no, traded in Boak last week and he's given me 36. What should I do? Jesus, punch a hole through your wall? I'm not sure. No, honestly. Just hold him, mate. You traded him in for a reason, didn't you? He was flying. He's going well. Don't have a fucking clue what happened last week. I didn't see the game. Don't know how he scored 36. But unfortunately, you've hitched your wagon to that horse or whatever the saying is. So just ride it out. Back him in to come good. So just back him in, I reckon. Marley, thoughts on Joe McGregor not rocking up to training? Oh, come on. It was a bit cold for you, Joey. Come on, mate. I expect to be better than that. Marley, just get stuck into him from me. But look, I'm not really one to talk. I'm a classic just Thursday night trainer for me. Tuesday nights, nah. No thanks, mate. Just a Thursday for me, mate. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, preseason, nah. See you on Wednesday, mate. That's all. Josh, do I use my final boost this week? Do you need to? If you do, then do it. I always think if you need to, just do it. Be aggressive. We're saving them for a rainy day. I don't know when it's raining. If it's raining now for you, then do it. We get 3 trades per week come buys, so that'll be fine. I reckon smash it. Smash that trade boost. Harry, thoughts on English being out for another week? Yeah, it's looking very likely. I'm not sure if anything's been confirmed. Very frustrating for English owners. So, but for those who don't, it continues to give you a slight advantage. Alex, would you condone barking for Madison beer? This sounds like a dangerous area for Shorty to delve into, but barking in general, not something I normally encourage. But Alex, I'd love to hear how you go there, mate. Caleb, just want to put it out there. I hate Jack Steele. Nah, we love Jack Steele. He's been good to us for so long. He's been so good for us. It's a very, very much a pity, though, that he went down. Josh, hey, mate, I need my last defender. Who you think between Zorko, Dawson, and Crisp? I really like Crisp. He's been consistent, but honestly, I'd have to go Zorko. Crisp probably hasn't had that top end enough. So if, geez, nearly lost the voice there. Keep in mind, I don't know if it takes your fancy, but I think Aaron Hall, when fit, can outscore all those guys. He could be back this week or next. Give it a couple of price drops, and he'll be at a tasty price, real tasty. And Alex Witherden also thinks a great option. Even if it's not this week, he will drop in price. Something to consider. But of those guys, I would go Zorko. Carl, could you condone Jason Horn, Francis de Clark, Canelio to take a flyer on Jordan De Goey, Steele to Darcy Parish, or Bont? I don't really like the De Goey one. I'd probably more so try Dusty Martin or something like that. But Parish, again, going really well. He wouldn't be my first option for Steele, mind you. But if you've worked it out and it all fits your side and fits your budget, then understandable. I prefer a Laird or a Brayshaw or a Miller or a Petrarca ahead of, say, a Parish. Mills as well, if you can afford. But, yeah. Jason's in the house. How are you, mate? Yeah, evening. Going well. How's your night treating you, mate? JB Hi-Fi, Shorty thinking of either Laird or Oliver. What's your thoughts? I'd go Oliver, mate. I think he's your top 4 or 5 mid. I think Laird's more your top 8, but both great options. Jay Willow, honest thoughts on Cogs. Do I keep for a week and hope that role change helps him to ton up, or take him out? I'd take him out, mate. Let's face it, even if he tons up, he's still plummeting in price. And we're just sitting here crossing our fingers that he gets a role change. What if he doesn't? Scores another 75 or something, crashes in price. Then you trade him next week. So I just get him out now while he's got value, because I think you're going to trade him out eventually anyway, whether it's this week, next week, or in 4 weeks' time. We ain't keeping him all year, in my opinion. Yeah, Shorty. Liam Ryan is 232 talking about Saucy downgrade options. No, he's got suspended, hasn't he? I reckon he should have got a couple of weeks for that, but no. Classy forward, but not for SuperCoach. Caleb, apparently Chris missed training. Did hear that, actually, with a stomach bug. Heard anything around that? All I heard was, same as you. He missed. I think he's played 172 games in a row, so the streak could come to an end. We just got to hope that stomach bug's nothing too crazy. And you're better off having a stomach bug on Wednesday than Friday. That's about all I know. Hopefully he's right come, I think they play on Saturday. When do they play? Oh, they play on Sunday. Okay. Plenty of time to recover. Hopefully. Leroy, Shorty, I've had a full double-sided page of notes prepared for the quiz tonight, and I bloody left it at school. Leroy, mate. Rookie mistake. I know you do the research, son. Hopefully it's all up in the noggin, my friend. I hope you have a good quiz tonight, mate. I really do. Cal, thoughts on slightly left field one? Steele to Sinclair in the mids to start, and then slot him in down back over the buys. Sinclair might get a bit of centre bounce bumps a game with Steele out. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind that. It wasn't something I was thinking before this sesh, and that's why I love doing these things. Already, I'm still starting to think, fuck, maybe I do bring in Dustin Martin, and shit, maybe Sinclair is a better option than I anticipated. So I don't mind the left field thinking. Not sure. I'm not going to jump from the rooftops and say absolutely lock that in, but I like when you throw the left field stuff at me, mate, and that's definitely a consideration. Jack, do I trade both Cogs and Whitfield? Absolutely. Hopefully you've heard a few of my thoughts on Canelio. I definitely think he's a trade, and Whitfield is absolutely a trade. He's just let us down this year. He's as big a guy out of form than I can remember, or at least biggest difference from their best to where they are now. It's stunning. But yeah, trade him out for sure, both of them. Jason says, Gorn break even at 221 after 73 last week. Could you trade Gorn to Strandika in and then use the cash to upgrade McDonald to Walsh? No, that wouldn't be what I would do. I think Gorn's a keeper. You just keep him in the side. I know he's got a break even, but there's no real use stuffing around with those guys, don't think. I know it'll get you some cash, but I'd rather you get your cash elsewhere rather than trading out an absolute keeper. So hopefully you can find some cash gen in other ways. Yeah, well, Leroy, that's very sad. Apparently really has a hamstring. Oh, fuck me. God. Pisses me off, that shit. But thank you for letting me know. Watch this space then. God. Just when you think you know what trades you're going to do. Anyway. Jay Willow, what are your opinions on keeping Dacos and McCartan? I definitely think McCartan has another, week or so in him because he's working off that 94 to get some nice price. And Dacos, he can go at any time. He's done his job, been really good for us. Starting to slow up a touch, the young lad. Still capable of 80 plus, but definitely slowed up a smidgen. So he can go at any point in time, I think, without being a rush to do so. Marley, they've slotted Joey in the back line. Oh, a little defensive role for a young man. Nice. Nice. Petrarca or Brayshaw? Tough one. Oh, they're bloody even. Oh. 2 weeks ago, it would have been easily Brayshaw, but I'm going to say Petrarca. Just gut feel Petrarca, but I bloody love them both. Joey, what are your captain options for this week? Are you vice captaining Cripps? Absolutely, I am. I had a question about this earlier, and about the only thing I could say for certain was that, Cripps VC will absolutely be my go. Hadn't really thought about the C just yet, but, it'll be a Miller or a McRae or something like that. But hopefully Cripps can get up and about, and I don't have to worry about that. Jay Willow says, track 100%. No, Shorty, you sexy man. Thoughts on Steele and Hoff to Clark and Laird. Hopefully Gorn stinks out. And down to low 500s, and I can straight swap him into or from Bruce. Yeah, that's a dream scenario, isn't it? Sean Darcy might be around that sort of mark too, something like that. I like it. I like the trades there, mate. Laird will be coming into my team too, I reckon. Juicy Spanner Clan, saucy. Thoughts on Martin? Yeah, I like it. The longer this live session's gone on, the more I've liked it, to be honest. And the more the season goes on, I reckon the more he'll get a bit more time in the midfield. So, yeah, I like that. Really nice price. Real nice price. D-Mac, better to get Petrarca and allow for another easy upgrade next week, or pay up for Laird and probably can't upgrade next week. Well, if I'm looking ahead over the 2 weeks, always go the way that gives you a chance to upgrade twice. So I'm not sure exactly how your team looks, but by the way you've said it, I'd be doing I'd be going Petrarca and then helping yourself to another upgrade next week. He's just getting involved. Loves a bit of chat. Jason Shorty. Vince McMahon owns the big wrestling comps in America. Right. I can't remember what someone asked me about Vince before, but as you can see, Shorty's not cultured and he's got no idea about that bloke. Max is in the house. What's going on, mate? How are you? He says, do I grab Sicily or Laird in this week? I'd go Laird. Both guns, both keepers in their respective positions. I just think Laird's more reliable to go 120 plus. I mean, that sounds stupid because Sicily's had a massive fortnight, but I think over the journey, over the bigger sample size, I think Laird's your guy to bring in, but hopefully you can bring them both in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Will, Laird, or Oliver this week? Oliver for me. Definitely Oliver for me, but both great options. Jay Willow, keep Brody to the bye round, then send him off. How do you think Fife will affect his role? Look, I went too early on this. Hand up, fucked it up. I haven't made too many trading mistakes this year, but that was a bad one. I fell desperately short from going Dacos to whatever, so I had to do Canelio or Brody, and I chose Brody. So, to answer your question, hold until you feel the need to get rid of him. If you do, I mean, the way he's going, I do think Fife will affect his role. Could be 5, 10 points. We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, just ride the wave because it's been a good one. Zach, too late for Will Brody. It's funny how the questions sometimes go against each other like that, but no, definitely not. If you've, look, like I just said, the only real query you would have, how does Fife coming back affect him, and when is Fife coming back exactly? But you just can't argue with his scoring at the moment. He's playing midfield time, scoring 110 plus. Dagger in my heart every time. James, hey mate, what are your thoughts on Tom Green for the Giants? I wouldn't rush to get him. I wouldn't rush to get him. He's just slowed up. I mean, let's face it, he's a guy that's going to be a super coach option for us for many years. But started the season a bit hot, and maybe just being a young man shouldering a big load in that midfield in a team that's struggling, he's slowed up just a tiny bit. He's still scoring well. I wouldn't make him a jump on, but if you got him, I wouldn't say, whoa, you're fucking crazy. Like, I wouldn't argue it, but I just probably would prefer to go someone maybe a bit more proven over the journey, maybe a bit more safer. Matt says best forward for just under 500k. Can you squeeze another 9k? Can you get Dusty? It'd have to be a thought process. Honestly, last week I would have said Tim Taranto, and I still believe, but Taranto and Butters could be the death of me. Trelaw's in that mix. Honestly, there isn't too much under 500k. Isaac Heaney, if you don't already have him, I'm guessing you do. Not sure if that helps you much, but there a few of my thought processes there, mate. Thanks for the question. James, he's in my midfield. Oh, sorry, he's in your midfield. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, in that case, I wouldn't trade him out. Yeah, so we're thinking the same there. You're thinking shit. He's slowed up a little bit too. In that instance, I would hold. I would hold. I don't think it's disastrous enough to trade him. But like I said, he's not someone I would trade in. So if you got him, be patient. D-Mac, bit of a different question in relation to draft. Should I trade Lipinski to get Bruce? Look, it's so hard to say. That the real question is what sort of depth do you have in your forward line and who's your current ruck? That's the real question. If you're bleeding points in the ruck, then I'd strongly consider it. But yeah, just I know ruckmen are bloody crucial in draft, so I sort of lean towards getting Bruce. But just assess what you can do. I'm sure you probably have, but smash that free agency pool. See what you can find in there. See what you can find. Darcy, hey mate, I'm ranked 317. Hell yes, love that at the moment. Feel free to go have a look at my side in the ranks. Just wondering if I should trade Gawn this week, as I have Bruce and Wits. He goes on to say, and can get 2 Uber Primos if I trade Gawn with the cash. Well done, mate, so far. And that's really interesting. So, fella asked about trading Gawn just before, but this is a bit of a different angle because you have Wits and Bruce. Now, I wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it. I would be more in the camp of keep Gawn, keep Wits, and maybe trade Bruce in a few weeks for the exact same reason you're going to trade Gawn this week. I just think I'd be looking at your team saying, okay, I'm happy to have Gawn and Wits as my main 2 rucks and Bruce is the downgrade, rather than downgrading Gawn now and then upgrading Bruce at another time. So I think you're getting the same amount of cash roughly for one less trade. You just got to wait probably 2 or 3 weeks. So that would be the way I read it. But I like your thinking, mate, and fair enough too. When you're up that high, aggression's not a bad option. Willow, when Baz gets forward status, he's a huge in. Yeah, 100%. And I'll probably deal with that when he does. I don't think I'll go early on that. But you're damn right. He'll be juicy if he does. Braden, will Paddy Cripps get ruck status? Yeah. That was crazy, wasn't it? Don't do that too much, bossy. Come on, mate. Alex, I love lean. Alex is a funny man. Sam, trade Raul or Cogs? No, Raul's a name I haven't heard for a while. I think he's been going okay. My gut feel would be Canelio because Canelio is just a trade for mine, so I'm not even going to have a look at Raul's stats. But Canelio, he's a go. Must be traded, in my opinion. Oscar, thoughts on getting Tim English if he's back this week? I don't think he will be, but generally speaking, I'd be happy to just give him one more week. Just give him a week to see how he's tracking. Break even to like 97, so he's not going anywhere crazy in terms of price. And just on that, just maybe assess how your forward line looks in terms of buy structure. I know there's a lot of Swans and Dogs, and just maybe take a bit of a glance forward. That might help you make the decision too. Willow says, don't sleep on Gresham in the forward line. He may be at the end of his cash making. Now that Steele is gone, he will spend almost 100% of the game in the guts. Might cop a bit for this. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, look, you're right. If you have Gresham, probably hold for those reasons, but I wouldn't rush at bringing him in. That's for sure. But D-Mac, shorty dressed to go out on a dinner date in 1960, looking good. Yes, got the collar. It's got a nice little bit of brandage there. I had a little dinner with candles tonight. So read into that what you will. ladies and gentlemen. Braden, I'm still dirty. I didn't listen to you about Hobbs. I may need a Tinder story for this week. Well, I know, mate, you'll get one. You'll get one because it's Tinder story week. You won't get it now, so don't all leave and unsubscribe. But Thursday night, I've been sitting on this one for a couple of weeks. I've got a Tinder story for you. Stay tuned. Oh, yeah, don't sleep on Judy's. What's going on here? Who is this? Who is this? Shit. You guys crack me up. You really do. Where are we? Jack, who's the best forward defender to get that has the last buy? Oh, gosh. Let me get the fixture. The last buy, is that round 14? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yes. Forward defender who has the last buy. Dane Zorko screams out initially. Aaron Hall will be at a beautiful price point at that stage. Crisp down back. Probably not as many options forward, is there? I guess Zorko, he's available forward still, isn't he? Or will he be? I can't remember. No, I don't know. I think he is. And if Will Brodie keeps firing, then Will Brodie. But definitely, yes, hopefully that helped you. I probably didn't give you too much there, but from a defender point of view, might be your go. Reese, should I get Baz in the hope he gets DPP so I can get Merritt after the buy, or just get Laird and deal with it later? I'd deal with it later, mate. I'd get Laird and let's cross the DPP bridge when we get there. Like I mentioned before, there's no guarantees, is there? I mean, he should get it, but there ain't any guarantees. So, and good point on Merritt. I think I still think he's a 105 pluser, one at 110 if he gets more midfield time. Yeah, so that's a good point. Shorty's pet fish, Bruce. Oi, oi, what's going on, mate? Followed by Shorty's misso. I haven't seen one of these for a while. Saw you at Point Impossible with a girl yesterday, Shorty. I like it. Wow, it's funny the people that see you. Yes, I was down there with a young lady who is my housemate, though. But, oh, shit. It's funny that the people who see you, eh? Yeah. Hey, Shorty, which team would be the best destination for Tommy Mitchell, and what pick would he be worth? Oh, he'd go to a guy who's in the window, or a team who's in the window. Honestly, I think he's probably about a second rounder now. I think he's probably a pick in your late teens at best, somewhere in the 20s, I reckon. I know that might sound a bit harsh, but I think he's really coming, like he's slowing up. So I think he might be a handy option for a team that, needs a bit of inside grunt. To be honest, if I was Essendon, I know I said a team in the window. It's not Essendon. But if I was the Bombers, I'd think about it. Bit of real inside first possession ball winner type. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I think I don't think he's the sort of guy that would go to a young developing club because he's a bit of an elder statesman now. Mason, hey, Shorty, got a left field one, but how about David Swallow as a defender mid? 396 seems to have a better role playing like a defensive mid. Just looking for a cheaper option to save money for the buyers. I like the intention there to save some money, but nah, he's not for me, mate. Look, he might hold that role. He might not. I mean, we've got a massive sample size that David Swallow's not a guy that we want to pick up. If he was cheaper, maybe, but at a touch under 400K, it's a no thanks from me. I know you're trying to save a bit of cash, and it can be tough, but I think there might be other ways to maximize cash rather than bringing David Swallow into your team. But without smacking it down, because I love a left field thought, but that would be my thoughts on that one. TG, Shorty, I hope you're doing well. Laird or Mills, cash is not an issue. Next week, likely the other comes in. Think of Mills the next week over Laird, mainly for the Friday night VC. Nah, thanks, mate. Yeah, hope you're doing nicely too. I would, if cash ain't an issue, I'd go Mills as well, which looks like you're leaning towards that. So love your work. Love your work. Xavier's back in town. Another question, Shorty. Who's the best forward primo through week one? Currently have Dunkley, Heaney, Brody, Butters, and Martin. Sorry. Best forward primo I currently have. Okay. Gotcha. Shorty's losing the plot. Who you got there? I'd say Tim English is the first one that comes to mind, and quickly followed by Luke Parker would be another. They're probably a couple of guys that I would, consider for you there. Hopefully, obviously English, we don't know where he's at, but I think Parker's a really good option as well. TJ also says, I commented this on your video, but may as well ask while I'm here. If you were building a team, or in real life, if you're building a team to win a premiership this year, who would you rather, Brayshaw or Dusty? No injuries. I reckon I might have got to your comment too in the video the other day, but no worries about the question. Building a team to win a premiership this year, who would you rather? Oh, it'd have to be Dusty. If I'm trying to stay in the hunt for the next 2 to 3 years, different question. But if we're looking to win a flag this year, Dusty's looking to get back to his best, and I know he delivers in finals. So if I'm putting all chips in for this year, it'd be Dusty. Levi, what's that big stain on your bed sheet, Shorty? It's no big stain, mate. You can't see. Can you? Jesus. Frag. You find man, Shorty, handsome as ever. These boys are doing me tougher than a bird hunt at the inn. Wait, did I see you at the inn? Holy shit. Jesus. There's a bit going on. Nah. Yeah, these boys, mate, they're an absolute bastard. But it's a tough world out there, mate. It really is. Josh, Short, Dawson, Sicily, or Stewart? I would still, if you wanted me to rank them, I would go Stewart, Short, Sicily, then Dawson. So, sometimes those ones can be tough to rank, but that one comes to me pretty clearly. James, am I better off going for another premium mid and getting Mills and getting in my 6th premium defender? I currently have 7 premium mids and 5 premium defenders. I would get Mills. Yeah, I'd be more happy to just go premium for premium in the midfield. And Jesus, what is going on? Shorty's bloody losing the voice. Nah, we'll battle through. I got Tinder stories to tell tomorrow. The voice can't go on me now, but no, I would go Mills, mate. I think he's a great option. Laird's a great option. And I don't see... There are good options down back, but midfield's, better points there. So I'd go for your midfielder. Wayne, Shorty, I have to get rid of Cogs. It will get me about 750k. If I cut to Conning as well, I will have just over $1 million. Who would you bring in, thinking of Sicily down back and a good downgrade up forward? Yeah, I love that. I mean, you're well set up to go bang through the buys. What I do with that cash, it can sometimes be really difficult to know how to portion it out. So I'd definitely get the old notepad out or whatever suits you and just map out where roughly you think you guys would price based on break evens, and then roughly work out who you're going to bring in, where will they price, who's dropping. Zach Merritt's dropping. You've got someone like Aaron Hall dropping, Alex Witherden dropping. Tim English is back soon. That try and work out a rough game plan of what you can bring in. So there's a few names, but I'd really look to beef up that midfield. Do your best there. That's where the big guns are, and keep an eye on Gawn and Sean Darcy, who are dropping soon as well. Petrarca's right in the wheelhouse. So hopefully there are a few names, but just good position to be in, and you can really launch into those buys. Josh, Mills, Laird, Track, Keys, Baz, or Wines? It'd be Mills or Laird for me. I think all really solid options, but I just think those two guys separate themselves for sure. Jesus, this really shows how far behind I am, because Amusement says, Jonah, good day, sir. I reckon that was about 25 minutes ago. Shit. I do apologize if I don't get to all your questions. I don't like to just smash through them. I like to give every question what it deserves. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit, but honestly, first in, best dressed gives you a best chance to get the question answered. So apologies if I don't get to a question late. But I don't like to just skimp over questions or skim past people's, James says, Jonas, my stepdad. Kai, who you trading? Steele and Cornelia will leave my side. Just working out whether I use a boost to get Clark or Clark will come in, but I'm thinking probably Steele to Laird and Cornelio maybe to Martin. Maybe I do someone else to probably Josh Ward to Clark. So I think I will use a trade boost now that I think of it. So yes, I think that'll be my trades, mate. Noel, Jonah from Tonga. Jeez, we're getting a little bit of racism here. Jesus Christ. Hey, mate, is Sam Butler a must-have? Oh, I wouldn't think so off the top of my head, but I didn't see him play and didn't even see him score. Let me have a look. How'd he go? Only played the one game. Oh, I typed in Sam Butler, and it's taken me that bloke who used to play for West Coast. What the fuck is going on? Oh, scored 18. You pull him a leg, fair. Amusement says, hey, Jonah, I've got 36 trades left. Should I sideways trade Travis Collier to Stuart Cramry? Oscar, trade out Nick Martin or Dacos? I'd go Dacos, I reckon, in that instance. But Nick Martin probably won't be far behind either after putting in, I think, his lowest score of the year, I think it was. Nick, great show, mate. What's your take on McGovern in defence? Nah, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. And cheers for the question. My take on him's been similar most of the time. I think he's really solid, but just not a guy that I think is top 10 defender. So I know he's going really well. He's turned up 5 of the 7 times, 62 and 92 were the times that he didn't. But I just think there's better options. Maybe this is me being, a bit much looking at the history of how he scored over the journey. He's never been an absolute premium. So I'd be more comfortable going with some other guys who have the runs on the board. And if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. But I'd prefer to go with another proven premium, mate. Hudson. Oh, hey, mate, how you going? I reckon this is me golf, man. Your VC and C options this week. Yeah, definitely VC on Crips on your Friday night. And then I'm pretty much open to options. I think it might be Miller. I think, look, I'm pretty confident on Crips doing really well. I mean, it could be Neil, it could be Clary to really beat up on a North Melbourne. So they're probably a few guys that are floating through my head at the moment. Amusement says, guys, I think Jonah is a must-have. Even if you have to sideways trade Neil, I'll do it. He's Jonah's number one fan. I mean, he subscribes to me, but it's pretty much just for Jonah. And hey, I respect that. Braden, how long till we start looking at merit? Scored 50 on the weekend and had a big break even. Yeah, honestly, I'd start looking once he has his bye. And, mate, you'd be the expert to talk about this. You're a Bombers man. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Was it just an off game, or did he start to play a bit more on the flanks and that type of thing as the Essendon side changed up their midfield? Would love to hear your thoughts. Matt, thoughts on Nick Martin and Rioli out for Treloar and Clark? I wouldn't be trading Rioli. I know it was a stinker, but, I mean, he's barely made any cash, and I presume you brought him in last week. Nick Martin can go, if you need to make that trade, that's fair. I don't mind the Treloar option. I reckon Martin's a better option if you can reach him. But I'm thinking surely you've got better options to get Clark in than Rioli. But that's just me not really knowing how your full team looks. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Dano, hey Shorty, my best buddy Will was telling me to trade in Gary Rowan last week at 2 Chambers. Is he pulling my leg or is he onto something? Also, quick shout out to the G West Giants women's team. Oh, nice. Yeah, shout out to the women's side there. I used to play for the Geelong West Giants actually once upon a time. Pulled on the jumper. Yeah, when was that? Jeez. 2017 maybe. But nah, shout out to them. Hope they're going well. To answer your question, I think he's pulling your leg, mate. He's a bit of a reckless unit, Gary Rowan. I wonder if he'll come back into the Cats side straight away. He's been out for a long time. But, yeah. Cameron, g'day, Shorty. I have high 500k cash. Who do I go for? Keys, Boak, Brayshaw. Suggestions and ideas welcomed. Well, I'm really thinking someone like, is Petrarca still in that mix? Petrarca's 578. I think he's pretty nicely priced. I'd definitely say that Brayshaw is the best option of those guys. I know he's been a bit down the last 3 weeks, but I'm still a massive fan. Nape, Shorty, who is your least favourite team in the league? Oh, yeah, look, I don't want to offend anyone, but Hawthorn and Richmond. Sorry, Hawks and Tigers fans. You've caused me pain. Hawthorn have caused me a lot of pain. I've only cried twice at the footy. I was a little bit younger, but I'm an emotional guy. And Hawthorn have caused me that twice. So, yeah, there's a special place of hatred in my heart for the Hawks. And Richmond, yeah, they piss me off sometimes. The grand final and other finals losses didn't help that. So, yeah. Varane, trade out Canelio or Whitfield. Oh, hopefully both, mate. I reckon if you can trade Boost to get rid of them both, I would. But probably preference Canelio. It's a much of a muchness, though. I think they've both got to go, if not this week or next. Cam's happy about the ton. And we've stayed around the ton too, 95. Love the support. Nicholas, hey, Shorty, love it. Just got on. What do you think of Dusty as a potential top 6 forward? Oh, thanks, mate. Cheers for jumping in and getting involved. Yeah, honestly, I'm really warming to the idea, probably over the last half hour, because I've had a few questions and I've had a bit of a look and worked out the rankings and gone through them. And yeah, honestly, he's really come into my trade plans just tonight. So, no, I think he should really start to hit his straps now if he didn't already last week. So, yeah, I like it. Amusement says, Jonas, where'd you go? This is my only chance to chat to you because someone doesn't reply to me. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. D-Mac is Shorty's short. D-Mac's an absolute loose unit tonight. 5, Yappy Sweat and Fitness. This must be in regard to Ridley. It was posted on 7 News. Goodness me. Thanks for the update, mate. As much as I didn't want to hear it, but gosh, that's frustrating. See how we go. That could throw the trade plans out the window. The Dank Fish, Shortmeister 69. What is going on? I traded in Darcy last week. Very disappointing score, but I'm hoping he'll go huge on the Pies. This week, I've gone Laird over Doc. I'll jump on Doc next week. Thoughts? No, I agree with everything you've done there, mate. I know Darcy was frustrating last week, but yeah, you're right in saying he's a hold. Definitely hold your faith there. He'll be better for the run. And yeah, I think if you can get Laird in this week and Doc next, that's looking nice. Daniel T won't be around for the quiz. Time to defend my crown. Unfortunately, got an indoor cricket game. Oh, no. Well, good luck for the cricket, mate. But he'll be back next week. Nah, fair, mate. Fair, mate. I look forward to Daniel's a 2-time winner, actually. So good luck for cricket, mate. Griffin, I traded the wrong Rioli this week and don't know if I should be spewing or not. Oh, no. Dan Rioli. Oh, Caitlin, what's up?
Sorry.
What's going on? What'd you do? Did you attack the girls or something?
Yeah.
That would sound weird. What happened? Oh, did you give me a Sunday? Thanks.
I messaged you. I don't know if you want or not. You wouldn't want to eat while I'm live.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I did message me. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, we went in Franklin.
Yeah, what'd you throw tennis balls at the house or something?
Nick knocked them.
Yeah, so you knocked at the front, I knocked at the back,
Nice.
and then we threw tennis balls at the house.
Is their house relatively accessible?
Yeah.
I asked that in the least creepy way.
I felt like a creep, bro.
Yeah.
Because we split up. I was like, I've called you, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you would feel weird because they'd recognize you, but like,
I was proper anxious.
imagine if we saw like someone we met just once sniffing in our backyard.
In the backyard. We're like,
I'd be like,
"What the
fuck, is that
fuck?"
Cutler's friend or is that random? Holy shit. Where's Jack? Yeah. Did you deliberately make that melt for a long time?
Nah,
or-
I've seen that's
Oh, Christ.
And the extra hot fudge makes it not quicker.
Thanks. What's going on? Yeah, he was asking about you before, mate. One bloke thinks you're his stepdad too. Yeah, can't get 2 of Bont, Basilenka, Mills, Laird, Keys anyway because McRae, Miller, and Clark already have the second bye, and so did Parker, Dunkley, and Heaney. Fair enough. Yeah, I can't remember what that was in relation to, but sorry, there was more to it. 14 trades after the 3 trades this week. No boost left. How am I looking with the number of trades? Yeah, nothing wrong with the trades, mate. It's more so about how many premiums you got.
Okay.
I think with 14 trades, you'd probably want to have just about a full side. But what was that?
She
They
got me
call
3
it.
times.
So she left her phone in so they couldn't see. Stuff.
Yeah,
So, okay.
crucial. Andrew, a lot of articles replacing Steele, talk of Laird, Petrarca, Brayshaw, and Toog. Very little, if anything, of Mills. Any reason? Oh, not really. I mean, I mentioned him, and I've been mentioning him today. I mean, I think it's probably just a price point thing. He's a bit more expensive than some of those other guys, marginally. If you can afford Mills, I'd do it, mate. To be honest, I think he's a gun. Alex, I sprayed a kick from the pocket and broke my mum's windscreen. You told me that it won't cover it because of how bad the kick was. What do I do? Oh, you told me. You're fucking clown, mate. Alex is in the mood tonight. Yeah, real reckless sort of operation. Just kick better, bro. That'd be my advice.
Just take some advice off old.
Yeah. If
old
you want
races.
some, if you want any lessons on how to kick the old drop punt, I'm your guy. Mr. Happy Go Lucky Man. Steele to Oliver is a lock, but my 2 other trades are either Dacos, Martin, Cornelio, Wanganeen, or Ward for Chris Petrarca. Both the best for my buy. Mills Laird or a tasty POD in Parish. I do like a tasty POD, mate, but I'd probably do whatever's best for your buy. In terms of trade out, I'd probably definitely Cornelio and probably Dacos might work best for you.
Has anyone done anything yet?
Has anyone done what?
Brad?
No, nothing's happened yet.
I don't know. I have no idea about it.
If you're out there, Brad, I know where you live, bro. What do you know? What the fuck do you know? Is that my odd socks? Is that what you say?
Yeah, 2 chocolates on. It's very colorful.
Oh my god. Yeah, sometimes I just can't live in this household, guys. It's fucking toxic. Caden, who would be the top 6 forwards at the end of the year? Yeah, I had a question on this. The forwards are tricky. I think Dunkley, Parker, Heaney, English. You almost got to throw, you got to think about Libba. You honestly do. And Brody's sneaking in the mix. Dusty Martin. I mean, I'm praying that Tim Taranto bounces back. And look, if we get a Bontempelli or a Bailey Smith in the forward line, then they obviously shoot right into consideration as well. Will says Zorko or Doherty. I'd go Doherty, mate. He's been awesome. So is Zorko. Both good options, but I'd lean towards Doherty. Caden says Sinclair or Hewitt as my last defender. I'd go Hewitt, in my opinion, mates. Mr. Happy Go Lucky Man. Do I miss out on Greg Clark for 3 trade-ups? I'd try and get Clark, mate. Even if it costs you a trade boost, I'd try and do it. I think he's about as good a cash cow as we're going to get mid-year. CA says, hey, how are you? I'm good, mate. How are you traveling? Thanks for dropping in. Quiz won't be too far off. I reckon 10 or 15 guys. We'll smash that one out. So stay around if you want to get involved. Trey says, I still have Blakey and Whitfield, looking to get rid of them for Zorko. Yeah, definitely would. I mean, ideally get rid of both those guys over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And Zorko's a good option. Sinclair as well, someone to have a think about. Aaron Hall's dropping once he comes back, obviously. And if you got a bit of cash, Witherden could be an option as well in a week or 2. Joey, Steele out for Laird or Petrarca. Which one do you think? Definitely Laird for me, mate. I think he's been awesome since he's come in. Barely gone under 110, so I'd rock with him. Dan the Man, Ridley Probs out. Crisp maybe this season, bro. Oh, no, mate. That would fucking kill me. If they were both out, Jesus, I'd throw the toys out of the cot, mate. That would really throw my plans out of whack. So I'm crossing my fingers. Now, Charlie, should I get in Keys or Bailey Smith? Dual position possibility. I'd go Keys, mate. I'd deal with the Smith stuff and the Bontempelli stuff when they actually get it. Because they should, but if they don't, well, you could look like a dickhead. So I think once they get the dual position status, then I reckon we deal with it. Field Ollie, thoughts on Aaron Hall? You might have heard me just mention him before. I reckon he's a lock, mate. Once he comes back, drops in price over a couple of weeks, maybe get him after his bye. I reckon that could be the option. That's a disaster, bro.
Yeah, it's in the car.
Is that going to come out?
Yeah, we'll get it out.
Just don't wank in the car, man. He's a freak. You genuine freak. Oh, Alex, do you think getting a it actually is. Do you think getting a 2022 North Melbourne Premiership tattoo is smart?
Yeah,
Yeah, mate. Jonah thinks so, so I can only agree. Yeah, Shorty, can we do the quiz now? I got to go to sleep a bit early today.
Stiff, bro.
Look, soon, mate. 10 or so, we'll start. People are getting involved.
Sure,
Oh.
tell me story.
Corey's in the house. What's going on, mate? What do you think? Steele, Canelio, and McDonald for Clark, Zorko, and Brayshaw. Yeah, I like it, mate. I think they're popular options, and rightfully so. What are you doing down there? Jason, option 2. I can't remember option 1, but we'll work with it. Whitfield to Cleary in the back line, then Canelio to Walsh, VC Mills on the Friday night into Laird captain. I wouldn't be going too early on Cleary. I don't know what he scored, but yeah, I wouldn't be banking on that. I like the move of getting Canelio out of the team. But yeah, hopefully that mixed with whatever I said for your first option can help you there, mate. Tay, thoughts on Butters? Oh, look, if he's in your side, I think you just persist. Bounce back a little bit last week. Nothing to write home about, but he's been frustrating. But yeah, I'm writing that one out. Flag D, Sicily for Steele. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I've been going mid for mid, but Sicily's a gun and he's a must-have down back, so nothing wrong with that. Mitchell, have the money for Mills or Laird. What's your pick? Oh, they're my leading 2 picks, but I would go Mills if I had to choose one. Jono, g'day, Shorty. Hope you're well, mate. Thinking of Steele to Laird, Canelio to Clark via DPP, Nick Martin to Hewitt via DPP. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good option. All really solid trades. What's Chuckles going on about back there? Archer, hey, Shorty, what are your thoughts on Ollie Wines? Yeah, he's proved me wrong, mate. Busted out that 150. I didn't think he had it in him, but I'm still not in love with his option. I don't see him as a top 10 midfielder, to be honest, but he's very well priced. Mitchell continues. Is the downgrade to Buku a good move? I don't think so. I don't really get super excited about him. I just don't. I don't think he or Thompson have great job security / scoring potential. Thompson's got good job security, but no, I wouldn't rush to get those guys. Hudson, thoughts on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers? Oh, mate, that's over the top of my head. I've got absolutely no idea what that is. Do you know what that is, John?
Yeah.
What is it?
What was it, sorry?
Oh, fuck. You're just taking the piss, Jonah.
Okay.
Mr. Morale
Yeah.
and the Big Steppers.
You don't get that.
No idea, mate.
Don't say it. You get banned.
Well, actually.
Yeah.
No, okay. Anyway, Cam, last year's overall winner, Supercoach Mama, currently ranked 16,000. Yes, I know. I actually know she hasn't been going as well because we're in that league where with the AFL mods, AFL Supercoach 360, she's actually in that. Just goes to show how tough it is, actually. But Josh, trade in Sweet if he has another good game.
I think so.
I'll look him up, mate, but I get the sense it's probably a no.
See?
255. Nah, not for me, mate. Not for me. I just don't think it's an option that's going to gain you enough cash, even if he does go all right again. I mean, Tim English
Bit sideways.
is Tim English not far away either. Bear that in mind. Jason Beck says Sam Berry playing mid, but is a forward. Great job security, 300k, massive pod. Oh, that's a ballsy move, Jay. So I don't know if I'd be throwing me my pennies alongside Sammy Berry. I like the left field thinking, but no, I'd probably prefer other options. If it pays off, fantastic, but no, not for me there. Flag D, should I swap Nick Dacos into the kid, then trade Sicily to Steele? Oh, shit, I just lost my spot. That was when I left. Was that a birthday card or when I left the courier?
It says you're leaving. So.
Yeah. You can read it.
No, but anyway.
Just people going through my top drawers.
Yeah, that's
Relatively
fucking-
dangerous thing to do.
That's fucking-
Look at this A-Tech thing.
I'm nervous. For you.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous. My heart rate's going through the roof. Flag D, should I swap Nick Dacos into the mid? Now, I thought that was. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. That's a good call. Corey, can you believe the highest ranked Supercoach has only used one trade boost? Really? Fuck. That is hard to believe. I always think if you can trade boost and it's beneficial, why not? But I am surprised by that actually. Nice message from Tim in there.
Right, I just made threads.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice message. Xavier, thoughts on these trades, new trades, out McComb, Cogs, and Steele. And in comes Bailey Smith, hopefully to get forward status. Zorko. I want to go early on the Bailey Smith sort of forward status stuff. And McComb probably doesn't need to be traded out just yet. I mean, I guess if you need the cash, you need the cash. But I like the Zorko stuff. The only thing I would say, maybe just wait and see if he actually does get dual position status. Leroy, the Tinder stories need some official trailers to get everyone up and about
Yes.
for Thursday nights.
Say one now.
Yeah,
Gold
nah.
Coast.
Nah.
Gold Coast.
I will not tell.
Gold Coast.
You're a fucking clown, cunt.
Gold Coast.
Just,
Boys, ask what happened on Gold Coast.
you're a genuine freak. So one day I went to Gold Coast, just had a lovely little trip,
No.
drank cups of tea, had a dinner party, and just that was about all. But no, I like your thinking, Leroy. There'll be a Tinder story tomorrow night, so stay tuned, my friend. Mitchell, out goes Ward, Dacos, Canelio for Laird, Clark, and Buku. Yeah, I like that. I think I definitely like the Laird option. I think he's your guy. Ross, love your work. Best ruck combo going into finals. Thanks, Ross. I think honestly it probably could be Gawn and Darcy. I think. I mean, Witts is on fire, but I get the sense that Darcy and Gawn, when it's all said and done, might be the top two. But any combo of those three would be real handy. Aiden, do you think Chris could be an option for Essendon that needs grunt in the midfield in the trade period this year because that's what they lack? And then he continues on to say, should I trade Dacos and upgrade to Zorko? I agree on the Supercoach front there, mate. That's a good trade. And I wouldn't see Chris believe in the Pies. I mean, Crisp isn't exactly inside grunt. He's solid, but he's more of a second possession sort of guy and links up via hand. So I don't think he's actually exactly what they need. But speaking of not what people need, you're right, cunt.
I got told you by the bad influence.
Caitlin actually is a bad influence.
No,
She is.
no.
You are.
They introduced
You made me wag
Yeah.
school. Yeah, come on, say hi. Once before. I've had great attendance at school, right? And then Caitlin moves in, and all of a sudden I'm wagging on Tuesday. Also, someone said they saw us.
Really?
Yeah.
Goals?
Yeah. We got recognised. Well, TAFE celebrities. Jonas, short. You're a fucking loose unit, bro. He's always trying to make me say fucking weird shit. Oh, Chappie, I nearly went past you, brother. Sorry, mate. Hey, Shorty, Dusty this week trading Cogs and McDonald. Yeah, I like it. I think Dusty could work his way into my side as well. Just got to crunch them numbers. Mana, I've only got 13 trades left. Burning them, mate. Shit. Injury's been ruthless. It's no good. Your year this year sounds a bit like mine last year, but hang in there, mate. Hopefully the side's coming along all right. If you got any questions, chuck them through. Hopefully we can get you on the straight and narrow. Frag, I didn't see you at the inn, but watch out for us if I do. No, fair, mate. I'm sure I'll be back there relatively soon. Espo, should I trade out Canelio and DeConning? Yeah, I think so. Particularly Canelio. I think he's definitely the guy that's got to be traded out. Wait, who's this? Who is that?
Taylor.
Taylor.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Is she watching?
Is Taylor watching now?
No, I
Oh, you took what?
Wait,
What'd you do? What'd you do? There's condoms in there, bro.
That's alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you take it over?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Fuck
Except
yes.
it doesn't matter.
It does. You would have said something fucking freaky. Quiz time soon. Actually, speaking of, Corey just said, are we doing this quiz tonight? Yes, we are, mate. Cam, Jack Chris plays football like a seagull. Holy shit. Some said that about me, actually. D-Mac, boost to get one of these. Thompson, Karmas, trading out Hinge, or don't bother. I wouldn't bother, to be honest, mate. I don't think they are overly relevant in terms of being using a boost for, so I wouldn't. Jonas, short junk is the Tuesday night Tinder story live streamed. Like to see the comments on that one. Now, not live streamed, buddy, but no, it'll be coming for you. Don't worry. Oh, Benny Butcher's in town. How are you, mate? Hey, Shorty, how are you? Thoughts on Libber as a pick? I'm glad you brought that up, Ben, because I think he's actually a bloke that's not being talked about much. But honestly, if he plays midfield time, full time, he's a lock. But it's so hard to know what Beveridge is going to do sometimes. But if he continues this role, I think he's probably a get after the buys, just because if you bring him in before the Dogs have their bye, I think they share it with Sydney. You're potentially going to have, you might have Heaney, Parker, Dunkley, English, and then Libber. So you'd be absolutely screwed. But I like your left field thinking. I might chuck the quiz code out and we can. Why not yet, Jonah? What are you up to, cunt? I don't like this at all. They're up to something, guaranteed. No, I actually don't trust you.
Me?
Yeah, both of you.
I haven't done anything.
Yes, you did. You hid in my closet last night and scared me.
Shorty got the lemming shit scared out of me last night.
Yeah, I got fucking scared
I
last
download
night.
that video.
For anyone who's interested.
Holy shit. Okay, that just logs straight in. While I get this, I'll grab another question. Gee, they're getting a bit desperate for the old quiz. Harry, love the stream, Shorty. Thanks, mate. Thoughts on going Sicily in Sicily, Laird and Clark, out Ward, Steele and Cornelio? Yeah, that's fine, mate. They'll be very similar to what I'm doing. So I definitely recommend that. Jace, what's going on, mate? How are you? Oh, Sammy Taylor's in the house. This is the bloke I got a photo with. He says, "G'day, King. How are you, mate? Absolute legend, this lad." Braden says, definitely just an off game from Merritt. Fully played midfield, but get rocked by Rowbottom. Didn't have. Oh, that's fair. Cam says, go the Hawkers. He's probably a little cut because I said Hawthorn were one of my most hated teams in the comp.
Most hated.
Yeah, it's tough between them and Richmond. Sorry, Caleb.
What you got?
What do you know?
We conspire with the enemy.
Hold on.
Yeah, I have one common enemy.
Are you okay, Jonah? If you guys want to join the quiz, you can log on to that, and the code is 207 200. You can just jump on and book it as well. It's pretty simple if you want to do that. But yeah, whatever floats your boat.
Are they your watches?
No, they're Jonah's. He just keeps them in here.
I was going to say, why have I never seen you make them?
They are my shoes, and I have worn them before.
Really?
It's extremely disrespectful. No, I actually have. I only wear them with shorts, and it's been cold.
So you don't wear your shoes?
That's why we had to go get them for us.
Yeah, legit. That is actually true. Braden says George says he won't touch Duncan. Do you have the same view? Yeah, I actually do. After this week, I've been talking Duncan up for a bit, but he's just not showing us enough. I thought after that other week, potentially, but no, I've lost a bit of faith in that one. That's the code there, guys. If you want to get involved, got about 20 of you jumped on, so yeah, you can just jog on to Blookit /play. Jack, how are you, mate? Harry, feel like Dusty doesn't have the scoring role, playing a little bit too much of deep forward from a Tories fan. No, that's a good. I like when the supporters come out. Will he play more midfield time as the year goes on, though? That's my only theory. I might have to check the centre bounce attendance, actually. That's a reckless name. There's a couple of reckless names there. Alex is getting involved. Braden, who's the alpha in the Shorty house? Well, who do you think, mate? Pretty much everyone thinks they are, but it's obviously me. Mr. Clank. This bloke thinks I'm on Grinder, so that's interesting. Sammy Taylor's back. There is some reckless names here. Amusement says, Jonah, reply. He called you Jonah. Oh, my days. He's gone again. Man is back. Get a Winch 2022 Premier tat, mate. He knows where you play footy. Oh, we've got a stalker, babe. Yeah. If you didn't catch that, he said he loves you. Oh, I totally spelled that wrong. If you guys haven't got in the quiz yet, lookit.com/play. I just sent that through, and the code is just down there. But yeah, we'll take a few more questions, then we might get this quiz on the road. Gab says Doherty or Walsh in consideration. Yeah, definitely. I mean, probably more Doherty. I think Walsh, I think he's in consideration. I dive a bit deeper into that in my video on steel replacements. But yeah, he's in the mix. We probably just tier below Laird and Mills. Hammer, bloke in the back, read the room, mate, and leave. Oh, jeez.
What the fuck?
Ruined
That
shot.
was fucking Cindy, cunt.
That's brutal, bro. That is brutal as fuck. Ned says, great content, Daniels. Always thanks, Ned.
Thanks, Ned.
You're a good man. Amusement, Jonah. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? Jonah, which orange came first, the fruit or the colour? Axel said, do you reckon Dustin Martin will play for Swans? No, not up. He'll retire a Tiger, mate. Abdul says, ranked 7th. Taranto is killing me. What is wrong with him? He had heaps of set of bounces this week as well. I know, mate. I don't know. I traded him in, and he's been absolutely brutal. I think Taranto will be better for the run. Here's the code again, guys, if you're interested. Taranto, I still think he'll average between 95 and 100, but it's just his disposal efficiency, mate. He really does butcher that ball at times, so that certainly doesn't help. But the role is good. This is some sort of name. Disgruntled former UF opinionator Dr. Miley utters. That's interesting. Do you think GWS new coach could mean new Canelio role? Thoughts on Cooper Hamilton's job security? I actually quite like Hamilton's job security, but probably, yeah, on Canelio, he might have a bit of a different role. He might not. I mean, I hope he does, particularly for my draft team. But his break-even's crazy. I'd just get rid of him now while you can. If his role does change, awesome. If it doesn't, we're in some real strife.
16-year-old me. How old should we? Died!
Show me that. Might just show everybody now.
That's too much.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Ah, shorty!
No, it's beautiful. You look so different. It's crazy. Crazy scenes. James, who's that ogre on your bed? Oh, wait, it's Jonah, my stepdad. Sometimes they really get stuck into Jonah, and, sometimes they're in love. Ollie, look at that.
You're in the back.
Oh, look at Patrick. Oh, what is going on here? These guys are wild. Now we've nearly filled the quiz up, so I reckon we'll be getting close. If you want to just duck in, there's a few more spots up for grabs. There you go. Wayne made my trade shorty Canelo for Dusty DeConning for Zorko. Love it. Love a little saucy double upgrade. Nicely played, mate. New role for Tom Green. Oh, look, I mean, there may be new roles, there may not. All we can really know is once we get 2-3 weeks of a sample size of how the new coach does treat it. So I wouldn't anticipate Green changes his role, though. He's the future. So, Nate, who's that ball bag on the bed? Fucking hell. You are getting shredded, bro. Jacko, I want to trade Steele and Canelio. Who do I bring in? I I've been saying Laird for sure, or Mills if you can afford him. Keys is a good option, as Nate says. And then otherwise, look, Canelio could be Dustin Martin. It really just depends. I mean, Petrarca's in a decent price range. Brayshaw. Just depends how much cash you got floating around. Amusement says, Shorty, when is the next Shorty Supercoach post on Instagram? Yes, that is dead and buried page. That one. Maybe I'll bring it back, or
Do TikTok.
or maybe I'll just get TikTok. Yeah, might just have to get TikTok. But shall we get this quiz going, guys? I reckon we get this quiz going. Daniel thinks I'm looking stunning. What a lovely guy. Thanks, man. All right, we're going to start this quiz, guys. Good luck. Feel free to comment away. And we don't have the reigning champion in. He's playing indoor cricket, but very disappointing. All righty. Good luck. Question 1. Who will coach the Giants for the remainder of the year? We were just talking about the role change. I reckon we'll just kick this quiz off with a relatively easy one. James Hird, Dane Solomon, Mark McVeigh, or Gil McLaughlin. You surely, if anyone goes Gil, we got a serious issue. Really, Jonah? Really? And just next time, get me chocolate sundae. Thanks.
Could have you eaten it while?
Nah, you made the right call. Yeah.
Whoa!
Shorty's crazy. Most you got that right. 43 of yous. Well played. Question number 2. Shorty's left nut. Something about Jonah's nutsack. Leroy's in there. Jonah, please reply. Is in 5th. And Moz's up there as well. That's a straight up message there for you, Jonah. Question number 2. Michael Long's famous running goal in the 1993 Grand Final was nearly touched on the line by which Blues player? Bit of a throwback here, bit of history. Famous goal, Sandy Roberts. You'd know the call. Brett Ratton, Craig Bradley, Greg Williams, Stephen Silvani. I reckon I've given you a little bit of a clue there, even just on the position. But this might test some of the young folk out there. Give it a YouTube. It's a ripper goal. How'd you go? Most you got this right, but there was 11 that went for Braddles. There was 10 that went for Williams. This will separate a few of you lads out there. Roy was in nice and quick. Wally, Shorty's left nut. Jonas nutsack. Sam, Fisher meth. And on top, we got Shorty's left nut. Jonas nutsack. Roy's up there. I think Wally was around there somewhere too. Question 3. In the Giants and Carlton game, there was 3 former Giants on the Blues team. Which of the following was not? I put it in capitals for a reason. One of them. Plowman, Newman, Williams, or Kennedy. So 3 of those pricks used to play for the Giants. Which one didn't? Let me know how you're tracking in those comments. I often have a bit of a read back when we're done and dusted. 17 years went Plowman, but it was Nicky Newman. He used to play for the Swans. I reckon most of you knew Zach Williams and Matt Kennedy, but that would have tested a few. Mo's up there, flag winch. Shorty's foreskin getting involved. Interesting. Ben was quick there. And it's still Shorty's left nut. And there was a risky comment in number 3 that I should have read, but I've just missed it. All I saw was Shorty and 4-inch. But which player won the Norm Smith medal in 2010 Grand Final replay? Lenny Hayes, Dale Thomas, Brendan Goddard, Scotty Pendlebury. Oh, I was really hoping the Saints got up in that one too, to be honest. When Goddard took that mark in the first one, honestly thought they were going to win the game, but they drew it. And in the first Grand Final, Lenny Hayes won the Norm Smith medal. In the Grand Final replay, it was Scott Pendlebury. Most of you got that right. Well played. Well played. How are we going? NJD was in quick. He's often around the mark. Bull Zerha was in pretty quick too. But Shorty's left nut on top. Jonas nutsack. Shorty's sugar dad.
Yes.
And Leroy's in there. The homework's coming through, mate. Question 5. Adelaide has only had one AFL Rising Star winner. This is overall, not nominations. Who was it? Brett Burton, Andrew McLeod, Paddy Dangerfield, Daniel Talia. Couple of superstars in there. One of them now at the Cats. But it was the key defender. I reckon this might have been 2012, maybe. Can't quite remember. But that's really interesting. I thought most might have got that, but most of you had 20 of you went Danger. 19 went Talia. There you go. NJD's starting to fight back. I reckon he's floating up there. Mo's in there. Bulls there. Jonas Nutsack remains on top. Shorty Sugar Dad, Wally, Leroy, they're all in the mix. Starting to separate from the pack. Question 6. Equaling his career high goals in the game or in a game. How many snags did Marbiel Chol kick on the weekend? I reckon this is money for Jam. 3, 4, 5, or 6. I was actually surprised when I was writing this question. I was just going to say kicking a career high, but he's actually kicked this amount of goals before against Brisbane maybe a year or two ago. Obviously, as a Tiger, definitely his best game as a Sun on the weekend because he bagged 4 goals. And how many of you got that right? I feel like it was pretty topical and reflected. Most of you got that right. A few off the deck too. Like it was a dewy day, but he was crumbing them like a small guy. How'd we go there? Oh, Evo was in bloody quick. Ben, Flag Winch, Mozza. I feel like Wally's got to be moving up a bit. He's into 4th. Leroy's 3rd. I think Jonah's left nut was still on top. I missed that. But question 7. Good luck if you guys are in the mix. Which of these players is averaging over 120 SuperCoach points this year? Jared Witts, Clayton Oliver, Christian Petrarca, or Ben Keys? 4 of the stars of the game in the guts. One of them in the ruck. All having pretty handy years, but only one of them currently averaging over 120. That's mine. Little beach footy.
Yeah, it's a water one.
Yeah. Wow, that was split down the middle. That'll separate a few. Half years went Wits. Basically, the other half went Oliver. Oh, fuck, can't read that, bro. Come on. Flag Blues was in quick. Leroy's headed to the top. Shorty Sugar Dad. Jonas Nutsack's down at 3rd. Leroy, mate, this could be a day. Focus in, son. Focus in. Question 8. 3 more questions to go. Bailey Smith had 41 touches against the Pies on Friday. How many times has he racked up 40 plus before, as in this year? 1, 2, 3, or 4? He's had a fair bit of the pill, but 40's tough. I reckon it was another game that was televised or sort of under lights Friday or Saturday night, I reckon. I feel like he had 43. So he's only done it twice this year. He's had a lot in the 30s. Couple of years went 3 times, but 34 were correct in saying 2. Was me boy Leroy one of them? How are you guys traveling? Wally, he's got to be flying up. He's feeling it. Jonas Nutsack got that right. Jonah, please reply. Flag Winch, Flag Blues. Jonas Nutsack's back up top.
Yes.
Shorty Sugar Dad in 2nd. 2 questions to go. Good luck to you who are in contention. In 2021, which of these players did not kick a goal after the siren to win the match? 3 of these blokes did. 1 didn't. Tell me which one it is. Zach Toohey, Max Gawn, Gary Rowan, or Zach Bailey. Bear in mind the one who hasn't last year has kicked one after the siren in his time. Most of you guys are locked it in. The answer is Zach Toohey. Of course, Gawn did it against the Cats. Rowan did it against the Dogs. Bailey did it against the Pies. And most of you guys got that right. Of course, Toohey did it maybe in 2019 or 2018 against the Ds. NJD, real quick there. Ben, Mo, King Ranger, Shorty's BBC. Jonas left nutsack, or just his nutsack. He's 14 points clear heading into the final round. Good luck, mate.
Thanks,
mate. What numbers did Gary Ablett Jr. wear at the Cats? 4 and 5, just number 4, 29 and 4, or 29 and 5? Do you know this one, Jonah? I reckon most years will get it right. I mean, he definitely wore 2 numbers over his journey at the Cats, so we can rule out B. How'd you guys go? His old man wore 5. He did not pull it on at any stage. So that leaves us with the young man wearing 29 and then finished his career in the 4. The majority of you got that right. So well played. And we're about to find out who won this goddamn thing. So good luck if you are in the mix. In third was Wally. Finished strong. Shorty Sugar Dad. I think Jonah's left nut. Or just, why do I keep saying left? But Jonah's nutsack takes the points. He's our winner. Holy shit. Well played, mate. Well played. I might dive in and take a look at how you guys went there. Let's view this report. So Jonah's nutsack got 9 out of 10. Shorty Sugar Dad and my cunt got 10 out of 10. But obviously just all correct. But Jonah's nutsack got him pretty quick there. Wally got 8 out of 10, coming in third. Bull Zerha also did pretty nicely. He's in at 4th. Shorty's BBC, 6th. Nice. Oh, Shorty's men also answered all 10. Oh, no, he didn't get one wrong, but he left early. Brutal. Just cracked it. Moz and Mo was up there. NJD nicely. Evo answered really well. 8 out of 10. But obviously, some might have got in a touch quicker. 7 about Shorty's, similar with Shorty's step bro. Yeah, nice. Nice. Well played. Well, who actually is Jonah's left nut? Please tell me. Thanks again for the quiz. Oh boy, Leroy's not happy. Oh mate, I'm telling you, I'm not that I bag for people. I was really hoping you could get it done there. I think you've been one of the more consistent guys giving it a crack, and I love that. But as always, whoever the quiz winner was, yeah, I know, mate. I know. If you do want to chuck me a question through there, Shorty SuperCoach, by all means, feel free. I may well have just answered a few of these for you already. But there's Lucas. There he is. Amusement says, Jonah. Oh, I'm going to have to read that. Do our human accomplishments have a long-term universal significance? Or when the world ends, do we all end with it, including what we've achieved? That's deep, bro. That's fucking deep. Evan, that whale in the back looks like he swallowed a whale. And that was Evan too, who actually wants to fight you at the Warm Ponds car park or some shit. Yeah. Oh, this bloke says, I usually come first. My wife keeps telling me. It's after 10 o'clock. Oh, would I? Yeah. Just because I don't have a wife? Can't. Nate, winner gets a beer ticket at Lammy's. Look, if you win the quiz, I'll buy you a drink at Lammy's, mate. Noel, how you going? No, I don't think 2 is an option, mate. Played a ripper game on the weekend, but never proven to be premium. Very much pod, but Ned. Oh, Corey, you've been right up there most of the time. Yeah, Evan says it's getting loose tonight, boys. Ivan, Shorty, and Shrek show.
What's going on?
They're just attacking you. They told you. You came in, you disrespected them, and now they're attacking you. They are the wild wolf pack. I don't know. I think you just came in and I started talking to you, and they got angry.
I don't like that.
I'll set them.
He's my friend, guys.
TG just need, yeah, same here, mate. I need one of them. Spano Ute, at this point, no, he went off sick from training, but we can just cross our fingers, I think, mate. Mr. WTH, great laugh. Wish I've been in more often. Thanks, mate. Hopefully we can catch you again soon. Always love getting around it. Noel, Shorty, do you trade Bruce to Gorn? If they are the same price, or is Gorn finished? No, Gorn's not finished, mate. He's just cruising at the moment. I think we can definitely bank on making that transaction at some stage. Jonas, ugly ass stash. They've gone the stash. Evan says that's not Shrek. That's human Shrek. These cunts are savage. Nice mustache, bro. Yeah, I like it.
Evan, how old are you, man?
Oh,
I'll
that's a
fuck
weird
you up.
question. I think if you're over 18, he's going to beat you up, I think. But Amusement says, Jonah, it's all good. If they attack you, they need to get past 3'2" of me. NJD. Pod could be handy. Opening sticker. Ollie says Shrek or Donkey. Andrew, how's the golf going, Shorty? Not too great, but I haven't been out recently. Not probably since that last weekend, but I was pretty hungover on Sunday, so might try to pick the clubs up throughout the week next week, I reckon. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, so that's only got to help, bro. Yeah, honing in on that game. Spen says, who is that hot individual in the back? So there we go. We're working it back. Look at him. Look at that sexy man.
My man, thank you.
Aaron says, also love the 2010 question. Pendles on my wall. Good chap. That's what we like. SpongeBob for me, mate. Harry, g'day, shorty. Need a Tinder story, brother. This time tomorrow night, I'll be telling my mate. So stay tuned. It'll be there. Evan, I'm old enough to hold my own against the likes of you. Amusement says, how's the chest going, shorty? Look, we might wind it up pretty soon, you clowns. But I appreciate your involvement. I still don't know who won the quiz. If you're out there listening, who was Jonah's nutsack? I would really like to know. But thanks again for all your questions. I might. I don't have a Discord, mate. I've been told I should probably get one, but Evan says, Jonah, come meet me at Warm Ponds and you'll see how old I am. That sounds like a real good recipe to get locked up. But Tuma said, my mum wants to know what Jonah's number is. You interested in mums?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a yes. Just send through the number and I'll put Jonah in touch. What'd you hear? What was your quote? There's a page called Winchelsea Football Club now. Yeah, I'm available, mate. Play me half forward. Ollie, I'll try for the kick, mate. I'll try soon, but no one rocked up last time. But I will try. White Shadow, I want to play shorty at chess. I think you'll have me covered, mate. Evan, or better yet, Bloom Dance Floor this Saturday. Bloke's going to be at Bloom.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Jaden, I was Jonah's nutsack, mate. Oh, nice, Jaden. Well played, mate. Well done. Well, yeah, if you want to send me a message with a question or whatever, send through your team. I'm always happy to go over the winner's side. And if you want any advice, feel free. If you just want the glory of the victory, that is also fine. Thanks, Archer. You're a good man. Oh, yeah, Queen's birthday is not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, I reckon the next kick will be in Geelong, but I am hearing you, Ollie. I'll definitely come to Melbourne at some stage because I do hear that a bit, actually. Amusement says, also, Jonah literally was full kitted out at winch gear one time. I'm not that weird.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, he was. What?
I was when I came in on the video.
Oh,
That's true. Good luck. Nah,
makes
smart.
sense. Makes sense.
Sorry, Amusement.
Makes sense. Carl,
I'm
calling
sorry.
shenanigans here. Shorty, there's rats in the ranks. The sanctity and purity of the quiz has been compromised. It's pure, mate. It's very pure and innocent. Amusement, come to the Gold Coast for a kicking comp and some new Tinder stories will pop up for sure. Yeah, good things happen on the Gold Coast, I hear. White Shadow, missed the whole thing, Shorty. No, mate. Next week. Will probably be Tuesday next week. Evan, no, in all honesty, I'm 20, Jonah. It just looks like he's a trash dog. Easy tug.
Is that Evan?
That's Evan.
20. Fucking bury you, man.
He thinks he'll bury you. All right, guys, going to wind it up. I'm going Crips VC. Thanks heaps for all your questions. Always good fun. Another Ripper live session. I'll be back tomorrow night with a bit of a preview once I finish work. Got me footy tips out if that floats your boat tonight as well. So I'll talk to you all soon. Catch you later. Holy shit. They're crazy.